Hello, all. Welcome to the second lecture on American literature. I was supposed to send you this lecture day before yesterday, but for some reasons I couldn't do that. Hence, first let me apologize you for the delay. But there is another reason why the lecture is delayed. We have been informed that we have to conduct only offline lectures for PG courses, and we should not conduct any online lecture, neither should we send any recorded lectures on the group. But since I promised you that I shall take one lecture, I shall send you a recorded lecture, I am sending you this lecture to you. So from next week onwards, you have to come to the college and we will meet in the classroom and I shall conduct offline lectures. Soon the timetable for the lectures will be displayed and you have to follow the timetable and accordingly you have to attend the lectures. So let us continue the topic that we started studying last time. We are studying the topic The Slave Narratives in America, a survey. So in my previous lecture I briefly talked about America as the country, the discovery of America, then the socio-political reasons why we are studying American literature, etc. So the last lecture was an elementary or a basic introductory lecture on the topic America. Now, from this lecture onwards, I shall start teaching the first unit in the syllabus. As you know, there are 4 units in the syllabus. The first unit is on slave narratives in America. The third unit is on a novel, The Scarlet Letter. So, the first and the third unit will be dealt by me. So, let us start studying the slave narratives in America. Now, what are slave narratives? First of all, let me deal with this term, slave narratives. You know this term slave, correct? And you also understand what is narrative. Slave narratives in America. This simply means that there were slaves in America and these slaves wrote their narratives. That is, they wrote their stories, and we are going to study these stories of the slaves. But how did slavery start in America, or how did the slaves come to America? So, in today's lecture, I shall first talk about the system of slavery in America, right? So, in the West, there is racism. In America, there is racism, or in the Western countries, there is racism. Now, what is racism? Racism is nothing but the distinction made by people in the name of the color of the skin. In India, we have casteism, that is, the distinction among people made by or made in terms of the caste they belong to. So, people of certain castes are considered superior than the people of the backward class. So, Indian society is divided into several castes. There is a ladder of castes. The castes in the upper ladder are considered as superior, great, etc. Whereas the castes which are on the lower ladder are considered as backward classes. They are not respected, they are humiliated. So that is casteism. But in the Western countries, there is no casteism, there are no castes. But still, people are divided in the name of color of skin. So, the fair colored people consider themselves superior than the people who are black in color. That is the meaning of racism. And we all know that racism is there in the world. So, there was racism, or even there is racism in America. 76% of Americans are white. Let me first of all give you some data about America. America has 33 crore population. So the population of America is 33 crore. The population of India is around 140 crores. So you can imagine, or you can understand that population wise America is much smaller than India. We are thrice bigger than America as per the population. Now, out of this 33 crore population, 76% of population is white. That is, the forefathers of these 33 crores came to America in the 15th and 16th century from Europe. But you will wonder that 14% of population today in America is black. So 14% of 33 crores is around 4.62 crores. So out of 33 crores, 4.62 crores are black people. Now, in my last lecture, I talked about Europeans immigrating to America. So people from Spain, Portugal, England, France, etc., they immigrated to America in the 15th, 16th and 17th century. They established settlements in America, and this is how America, today's America, was founded. Correct. But then the question remains, how did the black people go to America? How do you see, or why do you see 14% of black people in America today? So, first of all, I shall deal with this question, this topic. Now, first of all, let me explain you how did the black people go to America. They did not go to America themselves. They were taken to America by the white people. So, as you know, 15th, 16th, and 17th centuries were the centuries of colonization. Let me write this word on the screen. I talked about this briefly in my last lecture. There were several colonies of the European nations in Africa and in Asia. For example, Britain had many colonies in Africa and in Asia. Similarly, France, Spain, Portugal, they had established their colonies in South America, in Africa, and in Asia. So, these European powers ruled many countries in the world, especially they ruled many countries in Africa. Now, they took the African people to America from the 16th century onwards. So, the white Europeans took the black Africans to America in the 17th century first. And this is how the flow of the black people going to America started. As I said, they themselves did not go to America. They were forced by the Europeans, by the white people, to go to America. Thus, the custom of slavery started in America in the 17th century. So, there was oppression of the blacks since 15th century. They were taken as slaves because the land was huge, The Europeans, when they settled in America, they realized that the land is fertile and there is abundant water near the land. So they could cultivate the land very easily. But they couldn't do it themselves because they had huge acres of land, the land was fertile, the water was abundant, but there was no one to work on the land. The few Europeans could not cultivate the whole land. So they wanted manpower. They wanted people to work on the land. Now, how would they get people to work on the land? They could not go back to their countries and they could not bring people from their lands because they had run away from, many of them had run away from their countries. Many of them were criminals, many of them were outcasts, many of them had to flee their country because they were accused of certain crimes. Many of them were thrown out of their countries because they followed different sect of Christianity. For example, the Puritans left England because the queen was Catholic and the Catholic queen came into power, and therefore some Puritans had to leave the country. So due to these reasons they couldn't go back to their countries. Now try to understand the situation. The Europeans had colonies all over the world, and they thought that why don't they get slaves from Africa? Because that was the shortest distance, or getting the slaves, getting the manpower from Africa was the easiest thing for them. So they requested their friends in Europe to provide them some slaves or to provide them some workers to work on the land in America. And thus, the slave trade started in the 16th century in America. So, in today's lecture, we are going to study the slave trade. First of all, we will try to understand the concept of slavery. How did slavery start in America? What was the condition of the slaves initially when they arrived in America, etc. So, the black people have been oppressed in America since 15th century. Then Black Lives Matter. This was the slogan created by the black and the white people in the last year, in the year 2020. Black Lives Matter. I shall briefly talk about this soon. So, Black Lives Matter because a man called George Floyd was murdered. So, the black people in America have been oppressed since the 15th century. Although they have been living in the country since several hundred years, their rights have been denied and they have been humiliated, oppressed for several trivial reasons. Let me show you the next slide and explain you the murder of George Floyd. So, what is the recent history? How the blacks are treated in America? Is there equality in America? America is the strongest country in the world, economically the richest country in the world, but is there equality in America? Are people happy, all the people happy in America? The answer is no. The black people, the Asians and people who have settled in America since last several hundred years, they have been denied their rights. And hence, you can see a totalitarian government in America. That is, the majority of the people are white. They take disadvantage of their majority and they oppress the people who are in minority. Thus, the black people especially have been oppressed since the 15th century, and therefore to raise the voice of the black people. Last year, the black and also some liberal white people started this movement called Black Lives Matter. That is, black lives are also important. You should pay attention to them. So you can see on the screen a policeman subduing a black man with the help of his knee. तर या काळ्या माणसाच्या मानेवर या गोऱ्या माणसाने किंवा गोऱ्या पोलीस अधिकाऱ्यांनी त्याचा गुडघा टेकवलेला आहे. पोलिसांची गाडी तुम्हाला दिसते. रस्त्यावर त्या काळ्या माणसाला पालथं झोपवलेलं आहे. अँड यू कॅन सी द पोलिसमॅन, द वे ही subdues this black man, the way he is pressing his knee on the neck of this black man. This was the reason why the movement Black Lives Matter started in America. So this man died. हा जो काळा माणूस आहे हा मेला. ही घटना कधी झालेली आहे तर 25 मे 2020 रोजी. दिस हॅपन्ड 25 मे 2020. अगदी रिसेंटली झालेली गोष्ट आहे. 1.5 वर्षापूर्वी घडलेली ही घटना आहे, पण अत्यंत हृदयद्रावक ही घटना आहे. काय आहे याचा इतिहास किंवा काय घडलं होतं नेमकं? तर हा जो जॉर्ज फ्लॉइड आहे, हा जो काळा माणूस आहे ना रस्त्यावर, ज्याला या पोलीस अधिकाऱ्यांनी पकडून ठेवलं आहे आणि त्याच्या मानेवर किंवा त्याच्या डोक्यावर तो आपला गुडघा ठेवून बसलेला आहे, गुडघ्यावर तो बसलेला आहे. हा काळा माणूस आहे जॉर्ज फ्लॉइड नावाचा. तर याच्यावर असा आरोप होता की त्यांनी $20 काहीतरी दुकानातून एक वस्तू घेतली होती आणि त्याचं बिल दिलं नव्हतं. म्हणून त्या दुकानदारांनी पोलिसांना बोलवलं. थोडी झटापट झाली अँड दिस मॅन वॉज कॉट बाय द पोलीस. आणि या झटापटीनंतर मात्र थोडासा प्रतिकार जॉर्ज फ्लॉइडनी केला असावा आणि मग या 2-4 पोलीस अधिकाऱ्यांनी मिळून त्याला पकडलं आणि त्याला याप्रमाणे रस्त्यावर पालथं झोपवलं. त्याचे हातकड्यांनी बांधून टाकले. अँड धिस पोलीस ऑफिसर व्हेरी रूडली ऑर ॲरोगंटली stood like this, keeping or pressing his knee on the neck of this black man. Eventually this black man died. त्या काळ्या माणसाच्या गळ्यावर या प्रकारे गुडघा ठेवून बराच वेळ हा पोलीस अधिकारी बसून राहिला. शेवटी गुदमरून किंवा मानेला इजा होऊन या काळ्या माणसाचा मृत्यू झाला. रिझन काय होतं? $20चा त्यांनी कदाचित काही वस्तू चोरल्या असतील किंवा बिल दिलं नसेल, चुकून राहिलं असेल, एटसेट्रा. बट द इफेक्ट वॉज जॉर्ज फ्लॉइड डाईड. दिस हॅपन्ड जस्ट 1.5 years ago. And since then this movement in America and in the Western countries started, and they entitled the name Black Lives Matter. That is, the black lives are important and you should not treat black people like animals. We have also we have also helped America in making it great. That was their argument, or even that is their argument. तर अमेरिका आज जो काही सुदृढ, संपन्न, श्रीमंत देश आपल्याला दिसतोय, तो देश घडवण्यासाठी आम्हा काळ्या लोकांनी सुद्धा खूप कष्ट केलेले आहेत. आणि काळ्या लोकांना तुम्ही जनावरासारखी वागणूक देऊ नका, असा एक प्रकारे त्यातला अभिप्राय होता. आणि आजही अमेरिकेमध्ये सर्रास काळा आणि गोरा भेद चालतो. गोरे लोक काळ्या लोकांवर प्रचंड प्रमाणात अन्याय करतात. त्याचं उदाहरण तुम्हाला हे स्क्रीनवर दिसेलच. तर ब्लॅक पीपल हॅव बीन ऑप्रेस्ड इन अमेरिका. म्हणजे तुम्हाला कदाचित काही टर्म्स माहिती असतील. अर्लियर दीज ब्लॅक पीपल वेअर कॉल्ड ॲज निग्रोज. पण आता निग्रो कोणी म्हणत नाही. पॉलिटिकली इनकरेक्ट टर्म आहे. यू कॅनॉट कॉल दीज पीपल निग्रो. इट इज अन ऑफेन्सिव्ह ऑर अब्युझिव्ह टर्म. त्यानंतर मग ब्लॅक पीपल ही टर्म आली. या लोकांना तुम्ही ब्लॅक पीपल म्हणू शकता किंवा ॲफ्रिकन अमेरिकन पीपल म्हणू शकता. ॲफ्रिकन अमेरिकन इज ऑल्सो अलाउड. जसं की पूर्वी बघा भारतामध्ये जे दलित लोक होते त्यांना हरिजन म्हटलं जायचं, पण तो शब्दसुद्धा सरकारने काढून टाकला. हरिजन किंवा त्यानंतर BC हा शब्द आला, बॅकवर्ड क्लास हा एक शब्द आला, तोही पॉलिटिकली करेक्ट नाही म्हणून तोही काढून टाकला. त्यानंतर SC शेड्युल्ड क्लास किंवा शेड्युल्ड कास्ट हा शब्द आला, तो आता बऱ्याच प्रमाणात वापरला जातो. पण अशा वेगवेगळे म्हणजे आज तुम्ही दलित वर्गातील लोकांना हरिजन नाही म्हणू शकत. गांधीजींनी तयार केलेली ही कॉन्सेप्ट होती किंवा हा शब्द होता, बट many people argued that it is an incorrect word and therefore the government or the society created certain other words to refer to these people. तसंच या ब्लॅक पीपलना सुद्धा तुम्ही निग्रो नाही म्हणू शकत, तुम्ही आफ्रिकन अमेरिकन म्हणा, बिकॉज their ancestors came from from Africa but now they are citizens of America. पण ती सुद्धा थोडीशी विचित्र टर्म आहे. म्हणजे बघा आफ्रिकन अमेरिकन ही टर्म आजकाल अमेरिकेतील काळ्या लोकांसाठी वापरली जाते. आफ्रिकन अमेरिकन म्हणजे काय म्हणायचं आहे त्यांना, हे आता अमेरिकन आहेत, काळे लोक जे आहेत अमेरिकेतले, they are citizens of America but they belong to Africa. That is, their forefathers, their ancestors came from Africa to America. Hence they are referred to as African Americans. But I feel that this is also politically incorrect term. कारण जे गोरे लोक युरोपमधून अमेरिकेत आले त्यांना तुम्ही इंग्लिश अमेरिकन असं म्हणता का? नाही. स्पेनमधून जे अमेरिकेत आले, सेटल झाले, त्या लोकांना तुम्ही स्पॅनिश अमेरिकन म्हणता का? नाही. दे आर जस्ट कॉल्ड ॲज अमेरिकन्स. So by giving this term African American, you are making a distinction between the native Americans, between the white Americans and the black Americans. तसंच in the 19th and 20th century, many Asians went to America and settled there. So many Chinese, Indians, Pakistani, etc., the people from these countries settled in America. These people are also termed as Asian Americans. Although they have become the citizens of America, they are not simply called as Americans. They are called as Asian Americans. तर आज अमेरिकेमध्ये अशा वेगवेगळ्या टर्म्स वापरून लोकांमध्ये एक प्रकारे भेदभाव केला जातो. म्हणजे जर तुम्ही गोऱ्या रंगाचे नसाल, तुम्ही युरोपियन वंशाचे नसाल, तर तुम्हाला एशियन अमेरिकन म्हणून संबोधलं जातं किंवा आफ्रिकन अमेरिकन म्हणून संबोधलं जातं. थोडक्यात तुम्हाला एक प्रकारे हे जाणवून दिलं जातं की यू आर नॉट द पार्ट ऑफ अमेरिका, यू रिअली डू नॉट बिलॉंग टू अमेरिका, you are from other country or you are from other continent and you do not have any right here because you are not in majority. We are 76% in America, that is the white people are 76% and hence we dominate the country. Our ancestors first came here, we discovered America and therefore it is our right to rule the country. So this is our land and you have to follow our rules. तर हे व्हाईट डॉमिनेशन अमेरिकेमध्ये तुम्हाला आजही पाहायला मिळतं. म्हणजे तुम्हाला माहिती असेल की 1960 साली, बघा मी कधीची गोष्ट सांगतोय, इन 1960 मार्टिन लुथर ज्युनियर, ए ब्लॅक अमेरिकन लीडर, हॅड टू फाईट अगेन्स्ट द व्हाईट पीपल इन अमेरिका. कशासाठी? बिकॉज till 1960s, the white and the black people could not travel together on a bus or on a train. A white man could not sit beside a black man in a restaurant. There were separate schools for the white children and the black children. And you would wonder that even there were separate churches for the black people and the for the black people and for the white people. So you can see that till 1960, the black people were not accepted as the true citizens of the country. Hence, they had to fight for their rights. We got independence in 1947, and many changes came in India after that. But America was struggling in 1960 on the issue of racism. And Martin Luther King had to raise his voice, he had to collect the black people for this reason, and the black people in America boycotted the bus service in America. What happened? There was a black lady in America and she was traveling on a bus, and she sat beside a white person. The white person did not like it, and the white person told the black woman to get up and to sit on another seat. She did not agree, and the dispute started, and the black woman had to leave the bus. She had to get down of the bus, and this was the cause why the black people came together and they started fighting for their rights. म्हणजे किती साध्या गोष्टी होत्या बघा, की काळा माणूस गोऱ्या माणसाशेजारी बसून जीव शकत नाही, प्रवास करू शकत नाहीत, काळ्या मुलांच्या शाळा वेगळ्या, गोऱ्या मुलांच्या शाळा वेगळ्या, इवन त्यांचे चर्चेस म्हणजेच त्यांचे देवसुद्धा वेगळे केले गेले. म्हणून मार्टिन लुथर ज्युनियर या काळ्या लोकांच्या नेत्याने एक खूप सुंदर भाषण दिलं, की जे आज जगातल्या सर्वश्रेष्ठ भाषणांपैकी एक मानलं जातं. अँड द टायटल ऑफ द स्पीच इज आय हॅव अ ड्रीम. And in that speech, he talks about his dream of America. He says that I have a dream where white children and black children will play together, where white man and black man can sit together and they can chat, they can share each other's feelings, etc. He says that I have a dream that the black man and the white man would go into the same church. Isn't this very simple? आज जरी हे आपल्याला अतिशय साधं सोपं वाटत असलं तरी 1960 मध्ये या गोष्टी अवघड होत्या, अशक्य होत्या काळ्या लोकांसाठी. बरोबर. तर काळ्या लोकांना अमेरिकेत आज जे काळे लोक दिसतात त्या लोकांना अनेक वर्षापासून आपल्या अस्तित्वासाठी, आपल्या हक्कांसाठी संघर्ष करावा लागत आलेला आहे. आजही ते संघर्ष करतायत. आजही अमेरिकेमध्ये काळ्या गोऱ्यांचा भेदभाव आहेच. गोरे लोक काळ्या लोकांना हीन मानतात, कमी लेखतात आणि त्यांना त्यांचे हक्क अधिकार देत नाहीत. तीच गोष्ट भारतातील दलित समाजाबाबत किंवा भारतातील विशिष्ट जातीतील लोकांबाबत आजही आहे. त्यांना आजही त्यांचे हक्क अधिकार दिले जात नाहीत. समाजात मानाची, सन्मानाची वागणूक दिली जात नाही. रोटी बेटी व्यवहार केला जात नाही. राईट. तर या गोष्टी समाजामध्ये तुम्हाला दिसतील. सर्व देशांमध्ये, सर्व समाजांमध्ये अशा प्रकारचा अन्याय हा होतच असतो. जातीच्या नावावर, धर्माच्या नावावर किंवा स्किन कलरच्या नावावर हा अन्याय होतच असतो. सो दिस इज द रिसेंट हिस्ट्री इन अमेरिका. The reason why I elaborated on the recent history, because the topic that we are going to study, slave narratives, has direct relevance to it. So my point is, there have been black people in America since ages, since hundreds of years. They have been oppressed, they have been tortured, and several injustices were done to them. आणि आज बऱ्यापैकी परिस्थिती बदललेली आहे. आज बरेच हक्क अधिकार या काळ्या लोकांना अमेरिकेतील काळ्या लोकांना मिळालेले आहेत, पण तरीसुद्धा अपमानाची वागणूक ही अजूनही कायम आहे. जसं भारतातील दलित वर्गाला अनेक सवलती मिळालेल्या आहेत. पूर्वी त्यांना शिक्षण दिलं जायचं नाही. So, I just told you how the black people have been suffering in America, and this unit basically deals with the sufferings or the life led by the black people in America before the Civil War. So I shall talk about the Civil War. I shall talk about the slavery, the custom of slavery in America, how it started, then what happened to the custom of slavery, how the black people were united, and how some white people also supported the cause of the black people, how they hated the custom of slavery in America. And they thought that if America wanted to become a progressive nation, a leading nation in the world, the custom of slavery should be stopped. Thus, the Americans were divided on the question of slavery, and they fight a civil war among themselves on this question. The Civil War was fortunately won by the liberals, that is, the people who supported the abolition of slavery in America. So, in the first unit, that is slave narratives in America, we will deal with this topic. I end my lecture today, and I shall see you in the class in the next week. If you have any comments, questions, problems, difficulties, queries, please feel free to talk to me, to contact me. Thank you.